Hey everyone. So I'd like to just make a little bit of a public service announcement. Real quick. Okay. So there's a Discord server by the name of Trivia Gates that is quote unquote run by an individual known as iHelp. iHelp has done so many shitty things and does not deserve to be making money off of his Discord server. So I'm going to give you a brief summary of only some of the things that he's done, okay? So, manipulation. His server is based around his Discord game known as Time Trivia, okay? This Discord game was completely developed and coded by my good friend Frosty, who initially made the game for his own Extra Lives server and allowed iHelp to use it in his own server. And iHelp proceeded to manipulate Frosty into consistently adding things to the bot and tried to make it exclusively for his own server. Now Frosty completely coded the bot himself, and he also ran it on his own VPS, which he paid for, by the way. And iHelp almost never credited him, nor did he even offer to pay him for the work. But you know, Frosty was very generous. He's a generous guy, and he didn't really mind doing these things for him. But however, he grew tired of eventually working for iHelp. But iHelp kept forcing him to continue to add things, and even he made him make a completely new game mode for his server. And iHelp got away with these things because he made him do them by doing things such as, threatening to leak information about Frosty and stuff like that. And it just sucked. But eventually, Frosty managed to break out of the iHelp cycle because he left the server and blocked him from most things, as he should have done. Good, right? But after this, my friend Skirt stepped in and offered to host the bots for iHelp for free because iHelp wouldn't pay him no matter what, right? So he did that. And then he did it for a while, and iHelp went ahead and did the exact same thing to Skirt, forcing him to do things for him for free and threatening to leak personal info if Skirt didn't do what he wanted. And I personally witnessed Skirt DM me. He would DM me with, whenever iHelp would threaten him because he was genuinely scared. He's like, oh my god, I have to do this because he's gonna leak personal information about me, right? And it just sucked. All right. So the next thing is scams. Okay. His server is a complete scam and waste of time. So let me elaborate, okay? About a month ago, he promoted a time trivia game, which is the name of I mentioned this before, it's the name of his game and his server, with a prize of $30. So I ended up playing that game, and I ended up winning it fair and square. I forgot, I think it was 18 questions or something, and I ended up winning it fair and square, right? So after that, I asked iHelp when I'd be getting my prize, right? Because, I thought, okay, maybe he won't want to cash out right away because it's $30. So I gave him time, and iHelp told me that he'd quote unquote again review my account to see if I'd be eligible for the prize. So I went along with it, right? Because I thought, okay, sure, whatever. I don't know how you would review my account because I'm pretty sure you can't do that, but I went along with it. So a few days later, one of iHelp's staff members messaged me telling me that I had cheated and therefore could not get my prize money. And this was completely untrue, and iHelp didn't provide, nor did he even have any proof of it. He literally just said, oh, well, according to us, we think that you cheated, so therefore we're not gonna pay you, right? And his own staff member even told me that he himself didn't think I had cheated, and that iHelp was literally the only person who thought that. And iHelp's only reasoning was that he had apparently tried to make that specific game, impossible to win. Right? Basically admitting that he tried to rig his own game so that he wouldn't even have to pay anything to anyone. Right? He literally admits it. And it doesn't even end there because iHelp blocked me from saying anything in his server or even playing his game after that had happened, so that I wouldn't even be able to let the players in his server know that I had gotten scammed. And iHelp, so yeah, that's the end of that story. But iHelp has since changed the system of his game, right? So now his players can only cash out if they have $25 in their balance, right? And he purposefully like never does cash games these days, and even if he does, he rigs them so that he basically never has to pay a single dime to anyone, because $25 with the amount of money that he is giving, think about it, that would take forever. Like, let's say he does a game with a $5 prize and 3 people win that. Like, you imagine the amount of money that they'd win then. If that keeps, it would take forever, right? But also before he did that, like, he would, whenever he did a prize game, and I remember this because my friend Skirt was staffing his server, iHelp would never pay people. And I even have people telling me that, like, iHelp takes forever to pay people, and it would always be Skirt who would end up sending the money, or one of his staff members, you know, maybe Sir Ali before, because he used to be staff. But yeah, anyways, so that's scams. The next part is even more manipulation. So iHelp has gotten so many people to make him things for free, and he would constantly make them do so, right? So an example of this is Energy, who you can see in this screenshot, iHelp forced him to make graphics for his time trivia game, and never got paid for it. He just would make the graphics. Like, most of the graphics that you see in the games, if you're playing his games in his server right now, most of the graphics are made by Energy, and Energy never got paid with, like, anything for that, anything of value. And he even tried to force me, so this is another story, he even tried to make me, well, he did actually. I made a full-on promotion video for his game. I don't know if you'd seen that before. It was a 1-minute video, but it took me like 5 hours to make, because I had to make it exactly the way that he wanted me to. And he didn't give me any money. He only paid me in a few lives for his game. That's it. That's all I got, right? And he even tried to force me into making a whole other video for free with even more specific things that he wanted into it. And I didn't want to, because I literally told him that I was in school, right? And I was stressed out at that time, and I didn't have time to make a video for him, even, like, if I wasn't even getting paid, right? And, you know, I offered to give him $10 to make the video, right? And he said, nope, not gonna pay you. And he even banned me after that, and he banned his own staff member because his staff member was defending me, right? It really just doesn't make any sense. But yeah. And even more recently, he attempted to make this guy named Arxil make him graphics in his server for free, only offering to pay him with credits for his game. Credits are completely useless, by the way, in case you didn't know, completely useless. And he did offer to instead fill his time trivia balance with $3 every month. But however, if you recall, you know, like I said before, he made it so that you need $25 in your balance to cash out. So technically that would take over 8 months to accumulate. So, you know, and, you know, in 8 months, like, who knows, he probably would be over, and Arxel would never have gotten that money. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna bother saying. There are probably way more things that he's done, but that would probably take an hour-long video to make, so I just made this brief summary. Oh, also, I thought I'd include this screenshot where he tries to get one of his staff members to use, back in, you know, earlier in March this year, there were the tragic New Zealand mosque attacks, right? So iHelp tried to make one of his staff members use that as a way to promote an upcoming game of time trivia. So I thought I'd just include that screenshot because it's kind of effed up. But yeah. So I encourage you guys to leave his server and stop feeding into his scams and manipulation if you're already in the server. I encourage you to leave and spread the word also. And, you know, I know some of you are going to think I'm just doing this as a means to promote my own server. I haven't even said the name of my own server in this video, and I don't plan on doing it because that's not it at all. I literally couldn't care less. I just have seen this guy do shit for so long, and I felt the need right now to spread the word. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for listening. How do you turn this shit off?